Hi there, this is Megan Van Petten, and I'm your host of Esports Connected Live, coming to you from on the road. Sit back and let me take the wheel and get you in touch with esports leading minds, bringing you the gold with lively interviews and insights that get you thinking. Come on, let's get connected. Welcome to the Esports Connected podcast. I am still your host, Megan Van Petten, and I couldn't be more excited live here from Power what?
Power South Bend.
Oh, Power, it's just Power, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Power South Bend. Jeez, this is the first. What a exciting opportunity we have here.
Yeah.
So, just to start over, Brian Elixir?
Elixir is how I would frame it as well, yeah. I think.
Is it?
It's very mystical.
It is, right?
Yeah.
The founder of Power here in South Bend. Here we are with Matt Jackson. He is so hard to catch. The winner of our elevator pitch. I've been wanting to have him on the show for months. And I walk in the door of Power, their first year here, and who do I find? At the root beer sampling station. Matt Jackson. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
So, are you responsible for all this greatness today?
I mean, I would like to think so, but I am not. No. We are just running a small portion of the production and broadcast for the...
I saw that. Was it the AR/VR stuff over there?
It was not. We're actually in the esports arena area with the cameras and the lights and the production stuff.
I haven't even seen that area yet.
Well, you got to come on over.
I saw a photo of it. It's beautiful. It's a nice arena.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some... Maybe we should take this live over there and show people. Because there's a big tournament in a few hours, isn't
right,
there?
Smash tournament, yeah.
High school?
There's a high school Rocket League, and then I think there's an open Smash tournament they're doing.
Nice. That'll be fun. So tell us about you. You are at the coolest events across the nation and world, global, local, state?
National. Yeah.
Okay, for now. Okay, so tell us, how did you get here? Because you're everywhere.
The long story or the short story? What do you?
We have till 11 o'clock p.m.
Okay, well, when I was 19 years old and graduated high school.
Last year.
I'm 35 now. I'm much more mature now, you know.
You are?
Yeah.
35?
Yeah.
It's amazing, like time just flies.
Yeah. Esports years, though, it's like I'm 50. So.
I don't know, I think, it's just so hard. I meet people, and sometimes I'm like, are they 18 or 80? Because the younger generation is so mature. They've had so much exposure, even with the esports culture bomb that's been dropped on them.
Well, think how much they can digest. Like
Totally.
They get to digest stuff now so quickly. Like even whenever I was a senior in high school, we didn't have MySpace. Maybe we did. It was like right coming out. But I'm just thinking how people are able to consume information now so quickly.
Yes.
So now you have these younger generations that are, I don't want to say smarter, but they definitely are more knowledgeable and kind of the awareness of what's going on in the world. So, yeah, you're right. In esports, you never know if they're like 17 or 72. Like
I know. and most of the people I meet, I'm on Zoom or I'm on. There's Tony, or I'm like here, and I can't tell. People are looking good, they're working well, it's everything's just different.
At the Esports Trade Association, I only met people on Zoom, and so I'm hey Matt, I'm like, I don't know who you are, because
I know.
Everybody was covered, so.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's been so interesting because we met more people on Zoom and then we met in person.
Yeah.
And people are the same.
Yeah. Which is actually an interesting kind of to your point earlier about how the younger generations are kind of more mature and kind of aware. Think about how many more people you can access on a digital network. Like now, meeting all the people on Zoom like that, if you didn't have Zoom, it wouldn't be possible.
True. It really wouldn't. And think about, just all the opportunity that we don't even know what we don't even know. Like, digital ceuticals. like instead of pharmaceuticals, like Calm app is digital ceutical.
Yeah, interesting.
I know.
Never really thought about that. Calm, Headspace.
That's digital ceuticals. Like so many neat things.
Did
like
you make that word up?
I have read. I've seen the word. I think it might be digiceuticals.
Digiceuticals.
I've read it. I can't own it.
Yeah.
And I usually say words like in my own way, anyways.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love my Calm app.
Well, yeah. I like my Headspace app.
Don't you? It's
The
so...
Calm app, $3 billion valuation. Why didn't you think of that?
Well, I think I love it, and I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, I think that there could be definitely a cross product for esports, because if you think about it,
For sure.
You're talking about like the digital network and how it is enhancing us, and like that is true. But then on the flip side, let's use intense gaming. There might be things that also create stress in your brain from some of that intense gaming.
Totally.
So where's the esports Calm app?
Right.
That's like helping that kid that just gamed for 8 hours trying to practice to make a team and then goes to bed. His brain won't shut off. Like, is there a way that you could kind of digiceutical?
Yeah, like pharmaceutical, like digiceutical.
Yeah.
Digiceutical 'em. Well, because we want to stay well. Like we're in this like, and we're older. We're not going to say how old Matt is.
I think I already told him. I'm 60.
Doesn't he look great?
Yeah.
So
the digiceuticals are really
you're like right there, like almost retiring at 35, because that's our industry, right?
Yeah, it's my goal.
Right. And you've been in the press lately, so tell us how you got here, because you are what a lot of people want to be when they grow up, and you are everywhere, and you've done it
Thank you
really
so much.
well. Yeah.
It's hard for me to see it that way, but I mean, the quick and dirty story of 19. I've always ran cross country, played basketball, and I also loved video games. Started having LAN parties in my parents' basement. Local area network is what that was. We had to system link it all together. Halo 1 was the game. Me and my cousin get in a fist fight in my parents' basement. That's when I knew gaming was intense enough to be passionate about fighting your cousin. So it's got to be decent, from like an entertainment and spectacle level. Parents got sick of the LAN parties in their basement, so I moved it to a little 25 by 25 foot area above a small cafe in my hometown, and I start hosting tournaments. Next thing you know, I've got a 5 to 8 hour driving radius. People from Chicago, Columbus, Ohio, Chattanooga are driving to some small southern Illinois town to participate in a $500 tournament. I would promote it on MySpace, and then I went on to get my master's in architecture. So there was a few years to where I'd host an event here and there. At that time, I called it the Game Attic, because we were in an attic, kind of like an attic space.
Yeah.
And then we transitioned that to Ultimate Gaming Championship because we wanted to take it on the road. And in 2011, I pursued a sponsor from the UK named My Nutrition. It's a nootropic. And they didn't want to sponsor, they wanted to invest. And so that was the first kind of small portion of investment I got. It was enough to buy some gear for broadcasting. I also taught architecture and coached cross country and track at a college in my area. So I did that during the day. And at night, I would work with my British business partner on broadcasting and production. And then in 2016, I secured proper seed round investment, allowing me to quit teaching. And that's when we've expanded to 4 business verticals: technology, live events, content creation, and merchandising. And now we're really active in the scholastic space. We have over 12,000 registered high school players, just broke 20,000 total registered players. And I think in a lot of regard, we look at this like a little esports metaverse. Like the time of the metaverse for Facebook. Like we want to build an ecosystem where there's high school players, middle school players, college players, amateur players, pro orgs, coaches, recruiters. Like we want to have this ecosystem where esports, everything lives within it. And I think what we see a lot of times in the industry is people try to silo it. So you'll have this state has this platform in tech, and this state has this platform in tech, but they can't communicate with each other. So on our platform, we have 12 different states that are managing their entire high school scholastic programs. UGC doesn't run that per se. We partner with someone that is a coordinator, similar to whatever state athletic association, IHSA.
Right.
So
Illinois High School
Sports Association.
Right.
Yeah, and so they've kind of had an initiative to launch esports as an activity within their wheelhouse. So we are working with those guys, and their entire state is managed on our tech. With that said, their students can go off of their kind of hub, if you will, and participate in amateur events. They can see what the Ohio players are doing.
Yeah.
Because I know when I used to run cross country, I would go online and try to see, like, what's the state champion in
Yeah.
Missouri,
Sure.
and you start qualifying for those national things.
Right.
So that's really kind of what we're focused on right now. I mean, I always do the shameless plug. We are fundraising, but
Are you still?
yeah.
Okay.
We're retrofitting our deck right now, really, to kind of tell a story of. We've got a pretty good target next year for our revenue generation, and I mean, a big thing is kind of the digital technology, and how we can attach our metaverse to Facebook's metaverse, and then now we are the esports metaverse that is part of a functioning actual metaverse. I guess we'd be like, esports would be like a planet, and the metaverse would be like the universe.
Yes. And, I would love to learn more about what your raise is and who you're looking to partner with or raise. So tell us a little bit about that and how we could get a hold of you. And
Sure. My email is matt@ugc.gg, or you can follow me on Twitter, UGCMatt. Connect with me on LinkedIn, swipe up, whatever the saying is. And we are looking to raise $15 million for 1/3 of the company.
Okay.
Puts us at a pre-money $30 million, post-money $45 million valuation, which, to be honest, if you look at the industry itself and some of the others in the space, you have High School Esports League, you've got Play Versus, you've got Nerd Street Gaming. These guys all, our valuation fits kind of in par with them. And last semester we were the largest student base, I think, registered. So a lot of times I get questions about our valuation, but I think I have to understand kind of the exponential and accelerated growth that you'll see from an investment like this. It's like I've ran a merchandising company. We did merch for Raekwon the Chef, Keke Palmer, a lot of different kind of like influencers, and that's a pretty direct business.
Right.
You sell a product. This is more of an emerging industry type thing. So usually the first question I get is valuation. Right?
Yes.
And so if somebody's familiar with esports investments, probably not asking that. But if you're just an investor, like, oh, where's your recurring revenue? How do you show these things? But I think our target really is, it'd be nice for full acquisition in 3 years. So we really want to aggregate our registered player base, continue to add value to the scholastic market, look at some curriculum and career pathway opportunities that can be embedded within that. And then in 3 years, it'd be awesome to have a partner like LG Electronics or SHI International, or somebody that would actually get value from an esports company as well. That's the other thing I struggle with is a lot of these investment and acquisitions. How does the investor see ROI?
Right.
And so, like, you look at LG or SHI International, by having a portion of a company like ours, we can help sell labs in the school, and you could show that. Whereas some other companies or investors may not fit kind of as easy of a task to show ROI,
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things I've seen over the course of my career is, first off, an investor or a VC firm or whatever is going to look at who. And for starters, you have a great team. And you guys have been at it for not years, for decades.
Yeah.
And, people look at you and they might think, oh, you're younger and you're actually a very seasoned, experienced businessman with a lot of success and a great team. Then the second thing that I look at, and I know they do, is the relationships that you have.
Yeah.
You have some great partnerships, my goodness.
They're great partners, and they're
Yes.
also friends. Like, it's funny because it's almost like you build friends with, like, the good partners is the ones that are, like, texting you on the weekends.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so LG Electronics, SHI International, Logitech, Intel. Currently kind of talking to Varsity Brands potentially about some stuff we can do. But all of these partners that we work with really intimately, it's like you can tell there is like a mission of ROI that is obtainable because you can collectively work together to help them see the value in it. Whereas
you guys have mastered that. You guys as a team, like I have seen, like people that play together stay together. You guys really truly have a passion that is recognizable. I've seen you now do three events live this year.
Yeah.
Great group of people,
Yeah.
and that you're only as good as your people
I agree.
and your partnerships.
I appreciate that a lot. I mean, our team is great, And it's so funny because I'll get on these meetings with partners, and the ones that are like going to be those ones that are ride or die.
Yeah.
Usually when we get off the call, it's like, Matt, you guys are just good dudes.
Yes.
Like, and I'm like, what do you mean? Are there people? Is not everybody like a good dude? Like, you know, I mean, and I know that's just kind of silly, but it's like, if I'm going to work with somebody, they're going to know I care. I do care.
Yeah.
And they're going to know that my first priority is to make sure esports shows ROI for what they're trying to do.
Sure.
There is too many people in the esports space that'll snag a sponsor, slap a logo in the bottom corner, and then say, thank you very much. And then the sponsor doesn't see ROI. And then I come to talk to that same sponsor. No, I don't want part of esports, man. That didn't show ROI to me. So that's the one thing I think in the industry at large, people need to be cautious. We are building an emerging industry, you know?
Well, you know, we've got a wrap here. We've got a big show to do. We want to thank you so much for being on. I'm going to have you on again, of course.